Good morning, guys. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing good. Wanted to talk about. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Wanted to talk to you guys about the Stockton mass shooting, which is just horrific. Parents, some of the families have spoken out. The mother that hosted the party spoke out. Oh, wait, did I lose my connection? Oh, we're good. Okay. And let me switch it over here.
We begin with the
Okay, make sure we're good here. Let me launch on the other platform too. Good morning. And there was a huge fire this morning too. We'll talk about it later in New Hampshire.
deadly mass shooting in Stockton. And tonight, for the first time, we're getting a look inside the bullet-riddled crime scene where 15 people were shot as people are looking for a way forward after that violence. And tonight, law enforcement agencies are still working to identify and arrest the shooters who killed four.
Still on the run. Still on the run. Manhunt. That's crazy. They can murder 3 kids. And they believe it's multiple shooters. So you can murder 3 kids. Do you know there's got to be more people probably involved that know? Not just the shooters, but if this is gang related, as it's believed to be, the gang is protecting these people and hiding them.
4 young people and injured 11 others. Good evening, and thank you for joining us here for our news at 11. I'm Edie Lambert.
I'm Gulston Dart. Here is the latest right now on the shooting. As we know it tonight, law enforcement says that there were about 100 to 150 people at that birthday party when the shooting broke out before 6 o'clock Saturday evening. 15 people were shot, 4 were killed, 11 people were injured. We know that the people killed were 8, 9, 14, and 21 years old.
Investigators have yet to confirm the names of those killed, but the 14-year-old has been identified as Amari Peterson, and family and friends of the 21-year-old victim identify him as Susano Archuleta.
Governor Gavin Newsom ordering flags to be flown at half-staff in remembrance.
And we're going to talk about Newsom in a little bit too.
Of those 4 young people who died and the 11 others who were injured in the shooting, the governor saying on social media that, quote, no child should ever have their life taken from them. KCRA 3's Andres Valle is live for us in Stockton tonight with more on the latest in the investigation.
Oh, yeah, Golston, Edie, the big headline, of course, is that the manhunt for the people responsible in this mass shooting is still continuing. The San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office says that they believe there's multiple shooters involved in all of this, and tonight that memorial continues to grow. Let's show you kind of what we're seeing out here. You can see a lot of these candles lit. This is right in front of the banquet hall where all of this happened, and a lot more flowers have been dropped off within really the past couple of hours or so. But let's show you that firsthand look of what the aftermath looked like inside the banquet hall.
Wow. Look at that. There's a guy on Facebook. He's the one that posted Paul Curata. He's the one that posted the pictures, the inside. Some of them are pretty graphic though, like very bloody and stuff, but the pictures of the inside of this place where the party took place and all the shots rang out. Let me see if I can show some of the other ones. Oops. I don't want to focus much on the blood, but let me see if I can get around it. Oh yeah, here's, check this out. Some bullet hole here. And then check out the crime scene. Wow. Mess.
Now, the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office says the shooting happened at a 2-year-old's birthday party on Saturday. And you can see in one of these photos, the happy birthday banner still hanging, and what appears to be a playpen destroyed and kid shoes scattered on the floor. One woman even carrying a pair of shoes that looked like to be for a child. Now, we noticed family members yesterday coming to the banquet hall to remove these decorations after investigators cleared the scene. And in an interview with NBC News, Sheriff Patrick Withrow explained why he believes multiple people will be arrested and charged in connection to this deadly shooting.
At this point, we think we had multiple shooters at the site, but I can honestly tell you we're looking for multiple people because this didn't happen in a vacuum. So we had people that helped them set this up, people that knew this was going to go down, and then after it happened, these guys got away somehow. So they had help afterwards. So
So even that had help afterwards.
Go after everyone that had anything to do with this, and so it'll be multiple people that will be taken into custody for this.
Now we did.
And I'm starting to wonder if the kids were a target. Maybe the kids were targets. They figured we're not going to try to just target these rappers, but we're also going to target their kids. Maybe that was part of the plan to try to cause as much damage and pain.
Make contact with a lot of those witnesses who were inside the banquet hall, as well as those family members of those victims as well. A lot of them we spoke to again off camera. They said that they weren't ready to speak with us. They declined our requests because you can imagine the amount of media requests that they're receiving right now. But we did speak to the great aunt of that 2-year-old who's having her birthday party right here. She told me that she just wants the people responsible to be caught, put in jail, and again be held responsible for all of this. Again, the victims' families too that we spoke to tonight said that they could be open to the idea of speaking to us in the coming days, but as of right now, a lot of this is still fresh. I mean, you saw those photos, just seeing those kids' shoes on the ground after the tragedy that happened here kind of leaves you a little bit speechless. Live in Stockton, Andres Valle, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, it is a terrible scene to take in. That is for sure. Andres, thank you. Well, Stockton's Mayor Christina Fugazi is now calling for the creation of a task force in response to the mass shooting. The mayor wants to include the Justice Department, the FBI, and the ATF. She says it would have 2 goals. One would be to capture those responsible for the shooting and prosecute them. The mayor says that she wants to identify how young people are getting automatic weapons. The mayor adding in a statement, yes, we appreciate your thoughts and your prayers. And yes, long-term policy reforms matter, but we are not living in the long term. Stockton needs help now. And right now, there is a combined...
Yeah, so the FBI put up a $50,000 reward, plus Stockton Crime Stoppers reward.
Community organizers and nonprofits are working to support the victims of this tragedy. The Amelia Ann Adams Whole Life Center is working with Stockton's Office of Violence Prevention and the Stockton Unified School District. Right now, they are delivering clothes and making food boxes for the families who
using their passions to call for peace.
Today, we're doing a peaceful anthem with the children of Stockton.
I wrote this song and I wanted to get these kids together.
A song to help this city heal.
I was at home with my lady and our phone just started blowing up.
Both the Stockton natives remember the moment they heard about the horrific mass shooting. And now the feeling of despair across the city after 15 people were shot at a children's birthday party on Saturday. 4 people.
And I wonder if they're getting tips. Have they been getting tips, the $50,000 reward? Or is nobody talking? And is it just like silence? You know, the code of the street. Excuse me. The code of the streets, the code of the gangs, you know? Is it just silence?
I threw a birthday.
So this lady, she's the mother who hosted the birthday party. She had spoken up. And we're going to see a family, too, I think, of the 14-year-old that was shot and killed. We're going to have the pictures of the unicorn with blood all over it. It's really too bad and sad and unfortunate that these kids have to suffer because of adults that should know better, that they trust, you know, that they trust their lives with. It's crazy, man. Shit, the birthday party is 5 to 10 people. We're gonna have to pat you down. I guess that's the new rules when you come and have a birthday party. You come to my house. We're gonna pat you down. Maybe 5 to 10 people at the most. And I don't know. And we're gonna check your criminal history too. We're gonna do background checks. You got a criminal history? You're not coming. We're gonna have to start tightening up. And definitely no gang members. The hell?
For the first time, we're hearing from people who were inside the venue and witnessed the horrible shooting, including a father who lost his...
150 people is a lot, right? That's a lot of people. I wonder, the venue, It was supposedly next to a Dairy Queen. I forgot what kind of. Let me see if I can find it. I'll try to find it. The venue?
We also spoke to the mother hosting the birthday party for a 2-year-old. She talks about the scary moments when someone came in and shot several people, including children.
ABC 10's Roxanne Elias joins us live from the scene of the shooting. Roxanne, this must be so traumatic for them. What did the family share with you tonight?
Well, Laura, many tears were shed tonight as I sat with the family, listened to them tell me that they are both hurt and saddened. And
so the party was at the banquet hall in Stockton. Is that what it's called? Banquet hall? The hall's address is on the 1900 block of Lucille Avenue.
Angry about all of this, and that is because all of the people who were shot here, they're all family members and close friends who will never get to go home ever again.
They were celebrating life. As they celebrated life, someone came in and took, robbed, destroyed families.
What was supposed to be a joyful celebration for a 2-year-old's birthday party Saturday afternoon quickly turned to terror when someone came into this building in Stockton and fired several shots.
All I heard was gunshots. I didn't see anything. I just fell to the ground with my baby. I tried to hide behind the jumper. That's all I remember.
Patrice Williams was hosting her daughter's birthday, surrounded by mostly family and some friends. She says the shooting happened as they were preparing to cut the cake and end the party. Her grandmother, Teresa Spivey, says she threw the cake table down as soon as she heard the shots and used it as a shield.
All I seen was kids dropping. Somebody fell on the side of me and they was hit. I looked up and I see my granddaughter. I ran and got her, and I just started throwing kids in the back room, putting them up under the table. And I just seen the other kids just dropping to the ground, bleeding.
Spivey's sister, Bernice Bass, arrived at the horrific scene shortly after. She said she could see people carrying out children and people laying on the ground. The family shared this video from inside the building, taken when the family visited the scene the following day.
And the ones that lost their children, I am so sorry. I have 8 of my own.
Yeah, 150 people for a birthday party, 2-year-old. That's crazy. That is crazy. I wonder why. Why is it 150 people? I mean, has anybody in the chat ever done that for a kid's party? I don't know. Was it more than just a kid's party? I mean, I know it was a kid's party, but was it more than that? Is it a hangout, get effed up type of party? Supposedly this is the address for the banquet. I don't know which building, though. This is behind Dairy Queen, around the area. I'm assuming maybe this. I don't know. What's this body? I thought it said booby trap for a second, like a strip club. It said body something. Evolution. I think that's it right there. The Dairy Queen's right here. The Dairy Queen. Supposedly, this is the address right here for the banquet. Kudos Children's Theater. Oh, it's the theater. It's the theater. This is it right here. I remember somebody said it's a theater, but you can host events there too. Okay. So this says temporarily closed. Theater is temporarily closed after the shooting. I wonder what the capacity is for that place, too. 150 people? Were they all inside?
When I woke up this morning knowing it was Monday morning, you had to get up and get your babies dressed for school. It's 4 parents, sets of parents out there. Couldn't get up. Wake their baby up.
We asked the family if they knew of any possible motive, but they tell us they know of none, and it was hard to see who entered the building that night. And it's hard to understand why anyone would want to shoot up a child's birthday party.
I believe they just deserve to rot in jail.
The family now calling for justice.
I want the city to know on today, if you have any idea who pulled up and robbed us,
stole
from us,
what?
and took from us.
I guess you're talking about the kids?
Lives.
Okay.
Tell it. You're not a snitch, because the person that did it, not a gangster. You lost it if you thought you was.
That's crazy, bro. Crazy. So here's the family of the 14-year-old that was identified, shot and killed. Amari Peterson is a 14-year-old. This is the family for Amari, I believe. Yeah. So let's listen to that.
8, 9, and 14 years old. A 21-year-old was also killed when gunfire erupted at the banquet hall during a 2-year-old's birthday party.
Amari and his family are from Modesto. They were at that party over the weekend when, in an instant, their lives were changed forever. KTVU's Amber Lee sat down with the teen's parents, and she joins us live from Stockton with their story. Amber?
Claudine, there is a growing memorial behind me outside of the banquet hall where the shooting took place. I met with the teen's parents in their home in Modesto tonight. They tell me they attended the party as a family, and now they're in shock that their son never made it home.
I feel so bad about not being able to save him.
Patrick Peterson is struggling to come to terms with the sudden death of his son Amari. The 14-year-old was shot and killed during a child's birthday party for a family friend on Saturday in Stockton.
I just want my son back.
Amari attended the party with his parents and 3 siblings. Peterson tells me his son had left his side momentarily to go meet a rapper who was at the gathering. Then suddenly, shots rang out.
It was like pop, 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 pop. And then I'm like,
wow.
Left his side momentarily with his parents. Amari attended the party with his parents and 3 siblings. Peterson tells me his son had left his side momentarily to go meet a rapper who was at the gathering. Then suddenly, shots rang out.
It was like pop, 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 pop. And then I'm like, I'm standing there for a second. Then I started looking around to see if anybody else heard it.
Peterson says he saw a lone gunman with a face mask on, firing multiple shots in the direction where his son was gathered with other people. Peterson says it appeared that the shooter was aiming at the rapper.
He started letting off shots, and then the group started scrambling. People were scrambling and falling, getting out the way.
Peterson tells me he grabbed his 1-year-old daughter as he was trying to make his way to Amari. He found his son shot once in the chest.
He was just gasping for air. He was just trying to breathe, and, you know, me trying to, like, not panic.
Dad started to do CPR before paramedics eventually took over. Amari died at the hospital. His family devastated. They describe him as outgoing and athletic. Amari was only in the 8th grade. His mom and dad tell me he had a bright future ahead of him.
For my son to only be 14 and to lose his life, it's like...
We were planning where he was going to go to high school, and now we're here planning for a funeral. Amari's 12-year-old sister, Kaizani, showed me where a bullet grazed her arm. She ran and escaped out a back door. The family has started an online fundraiser to help with expenses. Claudine, Greg?
There are just no words to describe
it's traumatizing
how
for
much
these kids,
sadness
man.
we feel for their loss tonight. Amber, our thoughts with them tonight. Thank you so much. And our thoughts certainly with all the families suffering losses tonight. Thank you, Amber. And tonight we're also hearing from former Stockton Mayor Michael Tubbs, who is a close friend of one of the 11 victims injured in Saturday's shooting. Jasmine Delafosse is still in the hospital tonight, but her injuries are not considered life-threatening. Tubbs described her as a community leader, focused on reducing violence in the city. Her impact in the community is so great, she's even depicted on a mural in the city alongside Martin Luther King Jr.
Wow. A community problem. It's not just a problem concentrated in bad people, but it's a problem that the whole community will be impacted by. And that's why we have to treat it with seriousness, because any one of us could have been at a 2-year-old birthday party.
Tonight, Governor Gavin Newsom has ordered flags at the state capitol to fly at half-staff in honor of the victims.
The manhunt has intensified for the suspects in Saturday's shooting. Detectives say it's unclear who the target was, and they're investigating whether multiple shooters were involved. The mother of the 2-year-old who hosted the birthday party expressed heartbreak and apologized to the families affected.
Just started cutting the cake, and all we heard was gunshots, and everybody just fell to the ground. I just want to say I'm sorry to all the mothers out there that lost their kids at my birthday party.
Stockton's mayor says
that's crazy, man. That is crazy. So these are the 2 people, identified. Amari Peterson and Susano. And make sure you guys check out my iCkEdMeL clips page. Please subscribe to that page because for these stories, I usually try to do the updates on the second page and save notifications and stuff. Targeted break-in. So I usually you just type in iCkEdMeL clips on YouTube, or you click the pinned link, and you'll see this page pop up. And you just click clips, iCkEdMeL clips, all right?
Shooting, 3 of them children.
An 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 14-year-old identified to us by family as Amari Peterson.
A rapper and an activist.
And as we said, 21-year-old Susano Archuleta as well. Your reporter Ashley Sharp's in studio now with the latest on what we know about the victims as it stands tonight.
Gut-wrenching, really, to think about these poor families just in the holiday season, right, as they're now dealing with this horrible, devastating shooting and the impacts that it's brought. This afternoon, our crews sat down with the heartbroken father of one of those victims. Amari Peterson is just 14 years old. He's a football player at school, a straight-A student beloved by his family, and this young boy was at the birthday party to celebrate when the shots rang out and took his life, as well as those 3 others. His dad...
Wild, man. So this guy now, apparently this is the mayor of Stockton. Now, does anybody recognize this guy? Because when I first saw this, I was like, what the hell? Anybody in the chat know who this guy is? What the hell? What the heck? Let's see, nobody yet. I know we got a delay, but nobody yet. Let me check the other chats real quick. Jason Lee. Now, do you know that this guy is like a gossip person? Like he has like a channel, or I forget, he's on a radio. I think he's on a radio or something. Jason Lee. Oh no, honey. Jason Lee. I can't think of a clip for him.
Elaborate on that. I need you to elaborate on that, because
Jason Lee. Oh no, honey.
They're hunting this guy for major felonies. And Fiddy seems to be sitting on the sidelines cheering. Now, that could be for one or two reasons. One is he knows things or suspects things about Mr. Combs. The other one is that he's just got a real perverse sense of competition.
One thing I know for sure is that when it comes to our culture, sometimes we can't
Hollywood Unlocked
cannibalize our own more than anybody else. You know, we've seen the former president of the United States inspire the country to turn into Spider-Man and climb up the Capitol to overthrow the government in the middle of an election. But yet we haven't seen his mugshot or seen his kids handcuffed. I've known Justin for probably 15 years.
He's like a celebrity person.
Quincy, one of his sons, and his other sons. Those are really good kids. So to see them in handcuffs, to see them put on display as criminals, or to be put into the conversation that they somehow are ushering underage kids into the compound for their dad to have their way with them. Those aren't the kids that I know.
They're hunting this guy.
I don't know. So that's Jason Lee. So when the hell did he become the mayor? What? All right, let's see what he had to say.
It's never been gangster to kill kids. Never. It's never been gangster to kill kids. You went in a birthday party and shot people's children. So I know we're here. Parents brought their children out and they left with medical examiners. That is not human. That is not human. And I will say to those who are thinking of retaliation, When my brother got murdered, I thought about it too. It's human to want to.
Oh, he was on Love and Hip Hop also? Wow. Hey, Mandy, thank you for the 36 months.
Hurt people who hurt people you love. But I had a choice to make, and I hope that the people out there in our community make the right choice and contact law enforcement, call me, call the mayor, call whoever you know, call the pastors, call your friend, turn yourself in. Because at some point, the redemption for what you did is going to happen when you see the person that created you. But you can start that process by turning yourself in and doing the right thing today. It's never been gangster to kill kids.
Wow. Wow. And this is some other interesting news. This page 209 Times says that two of the individuals believed to have been targets in the mass shooting at the child's birthday party in Stockton have been taken into custody for parole violations. Billy Williams, a.k.a. Dougie, and Luciano Guerrero, a.k.a. Nano. And we talked about Nano, I think, in the previous live covering the story, who was the host of the party, are currently being held in San Joaquin County Jail without bail. And I think this is kind of what I said on the other stream. I think they're finding anything to try to charge these guys up on to see if they'll snitch, which I don't think they will, but who knows? Some people might be desperate. They could see if they'll snitch, start talking, maybe give some information as to who did the shooting and the killing and the murders. Chief Stanley McFadden gave a statement about the mass shooting, offered his condolences. Also Newsom. Some people are not happy with Newsom. Some people are happy. Some people love Newsom. Some people hate Newsom. That's why they keep voting him in, I guess. And so 209 Times says, where is Governor Newsom? He doesn't care about Stockton. This is how we know. Op-ed by Sanchez. A multi-agency manhunt is currently underway after a mass shooting at a 2-year-old's birthday party, which injured at least 15. Despite the casualties and the nature of the attack, Governor Gavin Newsom has not held a news conference condemning the violence or heinous crimes, but instead just had his office release a statement on social media. That's it. A total of 3 tweets, including waiting on until 19 minutes before close of business today to announce that he'll be flying flags at half staff to honor the victims. That's it. Despite his office and mansion being a 30-minute drive from Stockton, he has not attempted to come to the city to address our community. This follows a pattern of him only doing so when something happens in other states, whether it's George Floyd or school shootings, but never in California. That's kind of true. That is true. This is one of the worst mass shootings that has occurred on his watch, second to the Sacramento in 2022, which he also remained largely silent on. Instead of addressing his own failed policies, he instead attacked legal gun owners and companies, despite the fact that the assailants had illegal weapons in violation of those same policies. Where is an increase for the bounty to catch the assailants from Newsom's office? He just spent millions on a special election. Where are the extra resources and sense of urgency and priority following such a heinous act? Where is the public outcry and demand for justice? Where is the same priority he's shown for tragedies in other states? California has the strictest gun laws in the nation. That's true. But what does that matter when somehow individuals keep getting their hands on weapons after being early released, that's true, or coddled by Newsom's own reform policies that allow for more opportunities to commit these cowardly, horrific acts? Damn. And what is it exactly that you believe he should be doing to show that he cares? Why can't he just focus on the victims and families? Some people clapping back. Some people love Newsom. Some people, some people think he's doing a good job or doing the best that he can. I love Newsom. Here's some more pictures of the 14-year-old that passed away. Horrible, man. Horrible. All right, so that's that. I just want to kind of update that, which normally the clips page is for updates, and I'm going to try to stick to that, but I figured just to hop on. There was, let me see, I thought there was something else. I saw this morning. The doctor gunned down alongside wife outside of Simi Valley home in targeted attack. Why was he targeted? The doctor? What did the doctor do? Doctor, wife executed in Simi Valley as body burnt, car linked to killings. Wow. A longtime doctor and his wife were fatally gunned down in a targeted shooting at their ritzy California Sunday afternoon. with a grisly suicide 70 miles away believed to be connected to the murder. The slain couple, identified as Eric Cordes and his spouse Vicky, were found with gunshot wounds in their garage of their Simi Valley home and later pronounced dead at the hospital. Dr. Cordes was a highly respected board-certified radiologist and beloved physician who served his community with compassion and excellence for 30 years. Wow. The Cordes home sits at the end of a well-manicured cul-de-sac in the Tony neighborhood that turned into a blood-soaked crime scene around noon. We do believe the victims were targeted. There was a press conference. Morton told the Post on Monday a gunman walked up to the house and opened fire before fleeing in a black Honda Civic. A car matching the description was found nearly 3 hours later burned in the city of Chino with a person dead and an apparent suicide near the victim. Near the vehicle. Wow. I wonder why he killed these people. He drove 3 hours away and burned the car and then kills himself? What's the point? Might as well just have done it right there after you killed these people. A handgun was also recovered at the scene in Chino, but it's unclear if it's the murder weapon.
Wow. Yeah, so the vehicle was fully engulfed, and the subject that was found near the vehicle was also burned.
Hey, Sarge, there in this era, you've got so many security cameras. Did the security cameras capture what happened or documented what happened leading up to the double murder?
So I have not seen all of the surveillance cameras within that residential area. I do know that we were able to capture one that shows the vehicle arriving to the location and also fleeing the location.
Is there any indication at this point that the suspect knew the victims?
Yeah, we do believe the victims were targeted.
They knew each other?
We don't believe they were random victims, but we're unable to substantiate who that suspect is due to the condition of the subject that was located in Chino.
You've heard the speculation that it's a stepson.
We've heard speculation. We have not put out any information as far
as there it is.
Due to the condition of the subject that was located in Chino.
You've heard the speculation that it's a stepson.
We've heard speculation. We have not put out any information as far as who the subject is. We don't want to misidentify someone, so we're waiting until we get confirmation from the medical examiner to see who that was in that vehicle.
The VIN number on the car, does that match the person that you were looking for possibly?
So we're still investigating that. We're not putting out any information on who the VIN returns back to because we don't want to say the vehicle is registered to this person and not be the person that was located next to the vehicle.
So what makes you think that this is targeted, that there's, what is the basis of that?
So based on investigative leads, based on who the victims were, based on what we're finding out currently during investigation and on that vehicle, we believe that they were targeted and not a random act.
No motive?
No motive, correct.
Your name one more time, please.
Rick Morton, M-O-R-T-O-N, Sergeant.
Sergeant Morton, do you have, I may have this at the beginning, but do you know a time when this occurred, more or less?
So we received the call at 12:03 yesterday afternoon, so shortly thereafter, and I believe the vehicle that was located in Chino was somewhere around 2:30, 3 o'clock.
And the call came from inside the home?
No, so the call came from a neighboring residence that happened to be parked in their driveway at the time. We do know that the victims are residents of the location where this occurred, and that no other residents were in the home at the time.
Do you have any history of domestic responses to that location?
I don't believe we do. I don't have that information, but I don't believe we do.
The victims, do they have any restraining orders against anybody?
No, not that we're aware of.
Did anybody else live with them at the residence then?
No.
Pretty wild. So potentially the stepson. These kids, man. These kids are wilding out. Apparently there was some type of standoff too in LA. This was kind of interesting and a little funny. It was, or was it a standoff? Something was going on. They had this person on the ground, and this Waymo did not care. The self-driving vehicle taxi.
Fucking Waymo.
That shit was shit.
Oh my god. What the fuck is that Waymo doing?
Giving him a ride. Get in.
Fucking Waymo.
Wow. Jeez. LA, baby. Los Angeles. There was a lady here too. Chinese scientist who smuggled dangerous vomitoxin fungus into the U.S. has been deported. And so some people are very upset about that, that this lady that was trying to poison and kill people has been deported. A Chinese researcher who smuggled crop-killing fungus dubbed vomitoxin into the U.S. has been deported. Youngying Jian, 33, who worked for the University of Michigan, pleaded guilty last month to conspiring to smuggle a biological pathogen into the United States. Wow. Jian was arrested in June for allegedly plotting with her boyfriend Zongyang Liu to bring into the U.S. a fungus which causes head blight that kills wheat, barley, maize, and rice. It also affects livestock, causing them to throw up. It can cause other issues too: diarrhea, stomach pain, headaches, and fevers in both animal and people. I mean, what were they planning on doing with that? Shit, you get some McDonald's will give you the same side effects. The fungus grows in the U.S. in places in the East and Upper Midwest and is responsible for an estimated loss of 200 to 400 million. Wow, and destroyed agriculture. So maybe they could have attacked our agriculture. It's not uncommon for researchers to bring plants, animals, and strains of fungus from other countries into the U.S., but they have to get a permit first. I don't know. Maybe there wasn't a nefarious thing behind it, or maybe there was. Look up the video of Grandpa getting into a Waymo who was freaking out. Da-da. Good morning. Ale ala. Waymo turned into oncoming traffic. Wow. That's just wilding out. Oh, shit. Imagine you're in that shit and it's turning into oncoming traffic. There was also, what other story? Truck driver charged with killing newlyweds in a horror crash. Oh, I think we saw this. Horror crash is illegal migrant given license in Newsom's, California. Gavin Newsom. They love Gavin out there in Cali. They're giving out licenses. So he was illegal. They gave him a license. And he got into this big accident. Oh, yeah. I thought he turned like the wrong way. Yeah. I think there's a little video, too, that I got here.
Of Rajender. The Department of Homeland Security says he's originally from India. Oregon State Police say Kumar's semi jackknifed on Highway 20 last week. 2 people drove into it and were killed. 25-year-old William Carter of Springfield and 24-year-old Jennifer Lower of John Day. The newlyweds had just married 16 days earlier. Court records show Kumar faces 2 counts of criminally negligent homicide. He's in the Deschutes County Jail tonight amid a passport issue. Federal authorities say ICE will seek custody if he's released. Here's an image.
All right. I guess that's it for this morning. Just wanted to do a check-in, tap-in. All right. Hope you guys are doing good. We'll see what today brings. Breaking news, any kind of crazy stories, I'll jump on here. And we'll see what's popping. All right. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. See Trump's in a cabinet meeting. Funeral, Florida. Brian Welch trial. Mangione is back in court today again. Mangione. Bank Regulators testify before Congress. Money, money, money. Oh, it does? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Florida does it too. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Stay safe. Bye. Bloop.